And one of the people changing the perspective of the next generation of manufacturing is the owner of MRS Machining, Matt Guse. And Matt has a passion for youth programs that we're going to talk about, but his face might look familiar. You've seen him all around the four halls of McCormick Place because Matt was part of our ad campaign. So Matt, welcome. How did you get into the industry? Where did you get your start from?
I got my start back when I was in high school. My dad worked at a machine shop, and he just one day he asked me to come in and show me around the shop, and this is kind of cool, you know, coming from a farming community. I was always in the barn milking cows, so his boss asked me to start if I would be interested in cleaning the floors. So really kind of enjoyed that, seeing the machine tools move and seeing the chips being formed and smelling the coolant. That just was like perfume to me, like it is to a lady. So it started out that my junior year, and then the next thing that summer I got asked to run a machine through an apprenticeship program. And I really was just a glorified button pusher at the time, but I was building the base for my career, really. And so which led me into the question in my senior year in high school, what are you going to do in your career? And I decided to take the machine tool program.
Nice, nice. Well, how did you get from high school to where you are today?
So the fortunate thing, right before I graduated, the owner of our business got killed. And so they ended up, fortunately, closed the business. So then my dad decided he was friends with the customers, and he decided to help out. They asked him, he had a little lathe in the mill in his garage. So really from the roots of a garage, we started MRS Machining. And so then I went on to tech school, and my dad continued the business. And of course, you know, when you're young, you want to get away from the town you grew up in. So I decided to move north of about 2 hours, and I met my wife, and during that 3-year period, I got married, and my dad asked me to come back to work for him.
Very good. Well, tell us a little bit about MRS Machining.
MRS Machining today, we employ about 40 plus people. We're in about 7 different industries. We like to keep everything in our business no more than 20%. What we're really good at is the complex parts. We like to be innovative. We do a lot of short run. We do some larger runs, but mostly the parts that are really complex and takes a lot of innovation. I have a really great crew of people. I have a lot of young people because of the things I've done in the last 10 years, and I can get more into that in detail here, but really good crew of people, you know, good hardworking people. Most people, our customers come visit us, they're amazed by such a small town. I mean, Augusta's only 1,500 people, so when we got 40 people employed in there, it takes quite effort to bring good skilled help in. But
and it's definitely a family affair because you mentioned your father, but now Matt has gotten his son involved as well. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so actually I'm the second generation. My son's coming up, he's to be the third generation. He graduated from high school 2 years ago. He was enrolled into tech college, and now he's on our second shift, learning the ropes. So he's here for his first time. He's always wanted to come down here since he's been about knee-high to grasshopper. I skid around, but he was involved in sports in school, and of course in the football is in the fall, so it's kind of hard to get away from practice, but he's over there, he's here just ready, just answering at the bit to get to see the show. So
nice. Well, that is wonderful. That is such a family affair, and you know, such a great segue to talk about your youth programs and how involved you are with bringing the next generation into manufacturing. Where did this passion come from?
Actually, you know, it happened at IMTS in 2006, of all places.
Perfect place.
Yeah, perfect place. I had a friend of mine who had a manufacturing business, and he said he hired this kid that was going to Stout in Menominee, Wisconsin. And you got to meet him. He's really got a passion for this great thing he's going to be doing in high schools. So we got together and we talked, and he wanted to start a job shop in a high school. And I kind of looked at him, a job shop in a high school? How is this going to work? And so I said, when you get back to my IMTS and you get done with school and you find a job, give me a shout. Well, a month later he calls me. He comes over and visit, and we sat down and talked, and he was starting, and that I think in January he was starting something with his instructor left, and sat down with my dad, and my dad frankly asked him, what do you need? And he says, well, I have no machine tools. My dad says, well, we have a CNC mill sitting in the corner, you can have it. We have a saw, you can have it. And that kind of developed Cardinal Manufacturing. Now, of course, Craig's a superstar, And it just didn't happen overnight. It took about 2 years to get the building and their school board and their administration on board. But now today, they have about, through the whole program, 7 through 12, we have about 70 kids. And in that high school, there's 170 kids total. So you got 1/3 of the kids in that program.
That's a great
Yeah.
percentage of total amount. What do you do with this program? How does this program bring the youth into the manufacturing community?
First, the most important thing I see it is that a lot of kids today don't have, a lot of broken homes and stuff. It gives these kids a hope, and they see that they have a future in something. It's just amazing the success stories we've had with kids. That's the most beneficial part I see. We teach them soft skills. Okay, you got to show up for work. You got to be on time. Put your cell phone away, and you got to work as a team. Play nice in the sandbox together. They learn all that kind of stuff. That's probably the most important thing we try to teach them. You're going to learn the skill. You're going to learn how to make things throughout life, but those fundamentals are very important. So,
what kind of success stories have you had from youth involved in these programs?
We've had MRS personally, we've hired 6 of these students, which has been, that's 6 students nobody else would get. And I know there's probably another dozen in the surrounding area that have hired these kids. One of the kids have already started their own business through the program. So another one, we have a lot of welders and machinists that come out of the program. So there's a wide variety. One thing my dad always mentioned is when you get done with this program, it's something you might not want to, at least you know what you don't want to do in life, but you always have something to fall back on. And that's happened a couple times already.
How can we find out more information about this program?
You can go to our MRS Machining website. You can also go to cardinalmanufacturing.org. They're also in the Modern Machine Shop magazine. We've got a lot of articles in that. They're here today. The kids will be walking around today. There's 7 students, and Craig will be in the Modern Machine Shop booth today, in and out, so you can go over there and visit them too.
Well, now Matt refers to IMTS as the Super Bowl of manufacturing. So why personally do you feel that way?
Well, you got the best people, the best here today in manufacturing. All the new technology, and everybody's excited and fired up to learn new things, and it's a wonderful feeling. It makes you feel important. But I come here, I think I know a lot in the manufacturing. When I leave here today, I feel a little small because there is so much going on in this great industry. It's a wonderful place to be.
And then what are the kids excited to see?
Oh, the kids are just, first of all, where I come from, they don't see the big city, so they're kind of overwhelmed with the big city, but they're just, their minds are so aggressive, and they have a passion for this, and they want to learn. They're eager to learn, and it's so exciting to work with these kids that they soak it all in right away, so.
Nice. Well, what specifically are you looking for here at IMTS 2016?
I'm looking at more of the robotic kind of stuff, the automation. I'm seeing more and more need of that as the skill levels gap widens instead of closes. It takes more innovation and automation so you can keep things running all night long, 24/7, and just have less your talent you got, they're more spread out. So if you have a robot over here sitting there helping you deburr the part or load the part, well, you can be over here doing something else, programming their machine. That's a huge, it could be a huge,
So many things to see here.
Yeah.
So many things to see here at IMTS 2016, which Matt Guse, the owner of MRS Manufacturing, refers to as the Super Bowl of manufacturing.